Mike and Moose here, and today we're testing dollar store tools to see which ones belong on the bench and which don't. That's next on Modeling with Mike. Alright, and welcome back to the bench, and I have all our tools laid out here, and one over here. But let me explain the criteria for these tests here. Number one, cost. I got all of these at the Dollar General store down the street. The cost for each item could not be more than $5, and it had to be of enough quality to use again and again for general modeling. And then we'll find out about number three, how well it performs while we do our tests here. So the categories we're going to be doing: sanding, holding and clamping, painting and finishing, and measuring and detailing. So let's get started with the tests, shall we? Category number one is sanding and surface prep. For this, we found some emery boards. Emery boards we got, let's see, we found these at, as I said, at Dollar General. Let's see, we got 2, 4, 6, we got 12 of them for $1.50 at Dollar General. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use this Curtis Tomahawk that I got from Mr. John Christmas. I'm gonna use some parts out of it to do our testing on. And we'll open this up. I'm just gonna pull out like, say, the wings and the fuselage and clip them off. Then we'll see how well these emery boards do on cleaning them up. And we'll keep them out here because we're going to need them later for the clamping segment. Just the wings and the fuselage, that's all we need. Really, I should have did this beforehand, but oh well. And last half of the fuselage. There we go. Okay. Now we'll put all this back in the box real quick. Get it all closed up and la-di-da-di-da. And if you want to see more of this kit, I'll probably do a build series on it after I do the Bristol Bulldog, which will probably be the next one. Okay, we got those cut out. The emery boards have a, as usual, a rough side and a less rough side. So let's see how they do on these nubbins there. Okay. Ooh, not bad. These are really not doing too bad a job at all. For $1 for 12 of them? If you're a beginner modeler, I'd recommend these. Now we'll do it on the back side. Do a little polishing here. Oh yeah, nice. It does a nice job. I mean, it does the job, period. There we go, it's all cleaned off. Nice. Did nicely. The emery boards worked very well. I'm very happy with those. For $1, very nice. So, would I use this again? Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. For $1 for 12, you can't beat it. Now, I'm going to turn the camera off now and clean up the rest of these. When I come back, we'll do category number 2, which will be holding, clamping, and assembly tools. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and we got all our parts cleaned off, and we only used one emery board for it, and it did excellent, just as well as my normal sanding sticks. I'm telling you, great buy for, what was it, $1.50 I said, for 12 of them? I mean, yeah, I'd do it again. Bet your butt I'd buy them again. Now, the second tool category would be holding, clamping, and assembly. For these, I found 3 different ones. Found normal clothespins. I found these were like 50 of these regular clothespins. 50 of them. I believe they were $2.25, something like that. Then I found these. These are hair clips. These go in girls' hair. They use them for, say, ponytails, stuff like that. Moosey, calm down. They use them for ponytails and stuff like that. We're going to see how they go for clamps. And also found this. This is another hair clip. Notice it's round, but it goes together very tight. And I figured this could be used for fuselages. This was probably the most expensive of everything, except for the paint brushes. This was $3 a piece. Let's try these out, shall we? I bought that hair clip for fuselages. So, let's try it out on a fuselage. Let's try it, shall we? Well, we put it in there. Everything's together. It's holding the center part. If you use 2 of these together, because as you can see, it's holding that together. Maybe not as much down at the bottom, but use a little clothespin maybe at the end here. Maybe one of your normal clamps up at the front, and that'll be clamped off. Or maybe bring it down here. Well, no, like that maybe. And there, you can see that's clamped together there. That's also clamped together at the top. Put that with a regular clamp. Yeah, that'd work in some cases. Now I used the clothespin over here and it flew off, but hold it tighter up there. As you can see, that gets clamped together. So, you know, this sort of works. I'm sure there are some wider fuselages that work on. So yeah. This works, just not as well as I thought it would. Let's put these hair clips on here, on these wings, and see what happens. Let's get these wings together. Okay, there we go. These sort of, this part goes up. Well, it's like that. The center part goes up, so we can just slide this on. Whoopsie. That one went straight through the... Okay, let's try this one. Yeah. All right. Let's get these on here. There we go. Okay. Well, those work if you hit them from the front. If you hit them from the back, they slide off. So these, let's try the clothespins. Well, as you know, clothespins usually work great. As you can see, they do on that. So clothespins, as usual, just work fantastic for that. Our last thing to use, I'm going to try this one more time with this hair clip. There we go. You're going to need 2 of these hair clips, or different, because one of them just won't fit the length. But there you go. There you go. Looks good. 2 of these, you know, for $6 for one, and use a clothespin. Boom. There you go. Perfect. So that works. Could work better, but it works. Now, since we got this, I got these bags of rubber bands. Well, you and I both know rubber bands work fantastic for a clamp. You just keep moving along, twisty, 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 till it's tight. Well, that one just broke. Here we go, here's one. Twisty, twisty, twisty. Don't twist it too much to where it breaks. Then you roll it up here into position. And boom, look at that. Clamp nicely. Put another one on right around here. Why not? Why don't we do it? Why don't we do it? And boom. There you go. 2 rubber bands, 1 clamped fuselage. You might need to clamp the tail together, but other than that, boom, that run your Tamiya extra thin down there, boom, 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 done. So, rubber bands work great. And these were $1 for a bag at Dollar General. So there you go. There's some clamping tools and ideas for you. So we'll put all of these up and back, put them away. Let's go to our next category. That's painting and finishing tools. We'll put our wing and fuselage assembly away. Now we have, in this one, we have makeup sponges. These are 24 makeup sponges. I got them for $2.50, if I remember right. And you just tear them off. You got these little wedges. So I'm going, since they're makeup, pull out my makeup kits. See how it works here on my Buster. If I can find a clean area. Yeah. We got a clean area on the back side here, bottom. Put some dark on there. Right down through here. And let's see how it works. All right. Now get my brush and we'll brush it down, smooth it out. Wow. Not bad at all. This line here and this line here is what I added with this. $2.25 for 24 of these. Not bad at all. So these pass. Next thing we have are cheap brushes. I got these in the craft section. What I want to do with these is I want to trim them up just a bit. Get my scissors out. We'll put the makeup kits away here. We're going to trim these up. There we go. There we go. Okay. Got it trimmed up. What I want to try to do with these, I'm going to turn off the camera one more time. And I want to go find me some tires to try and dry brush. So I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. And I have a tire here out of my spare parts bin. I don't know if you could see it, but there's little notches in there. Hopefully, if I can dry brush it and this works, well, these will come out. They'll stand out. So let's okay, that one doesn't work. I think I ruined that one by trimming it. Let's try just a regular one. See how it dry brushes. These are just from the crafts section. We'll see if we can use these for like dry brushing or use a regular old. Well, not working as well as I thought it would. So there's what I came up with. Basically painted the tire white. For dry brushing, I'd say no on these. Let's just try them regular. I got some white paint here, which usually isn't the best. So I'll rinse it off, put that away, get a darker color. White paint doesn't usually go on well. Let's try a blue. There we go. We have some blue. This is fluorescent blue. Well, we have this here. It's been not unpainted, so we'll put some of this fluorescent blue on here. See how it works with this brush. It's not going on good, but is that the paint? Let's put it on a primed area. It's not bad. I mean, there it is. There's streaking in there. But let's try one more color for this test before I say to these. Let's put a color I know works well. That's right here, crimson. Crimson always works for me. Been a while since I used this. There we go, get that off of there. Let's try some crimson on here. Oh, well, that works. That's looking good. That's looking good. Wow. That even covered up the... So there's the crimson. It doesn't look too bad. And there it is on the tail. That in focus. There we go. There it is on the tail. So what I would say about these, they would work in a pinch. If you were in a pinch, I'd go ahead and use them. But they're not great for, I mean, these were $3.25. I bought the brushes I normally use at Walmart for $3.25, and they are much better. These are sort of but some of the stuff from Dollar Store doesn't work. They have other brushes there at the Dollar Store. I should do a video putting these up against some more expensive of the Dollar Store brushes. Give a fair test on them. So that's the painting and finishing tools. Also, I found in craft section a mixing palette. This is just like this one I use right here. This was $1. Can't beat the price. And you'll use it. This is basically the same as the one I use. So I can tell you that one will work. So let's move on to our last category, the detail and measurement tools. We have a pair of tweezers. I got this out of a manicure set that I bought for $2.50 at Dollar Store. Let's see how it works on grabbing small pieces. Need to get a small piece out of here. Let's see here. These are all extra parts out of car models. Okay, got some small parts. Got a hubcap and a looks like a lens cover or lens backing for headlights or something, and a pulley system. Let's see how it works picking them up. Okay, if you get them in a flat part or down the band there, this works great. It's not it's holding the piece. It's holding the piece. Piece isn't flying off. Same thing with this. Holding the piece. Piece isn't flying off. You could do painting on it or glue it into place, and got hold of the hubcap. These work great. For very small tweezers, these work great. For a set of tweezers out of a manicure set, I'd use them. My next tool is the standard toothpicks. Got a box of 500 here for, let's see, how much were they? They were $1.50, something like that. Regular old toothpicks, you could probably put some blue tack on, hold these, do a little painting with them, detail work, get a little paint on this. Well, let's see here. Yeah, you got some little raised rivet things here. Just paint them like that. There you go. So, toothpicks, Dollar General, $1, maybe $1.25 for 500 of them. And then my last thing to show you is a ruler. You can use this for a straight edge. Say you've got let's say panel lines here. Right here. I'm going to need to get my couple of my small. Let's go ahead and use our clothespins. No, that wouldn't work. But still, let's see. I'm gonna clamp this down. I'll get my panel lining pen. Let's see here. Put this, say, right up here. Hold it in place. Boom. There's a nice straight panel line. Any ruler can be used as a straight edge measuring device. This is great for, as I just showed you, line it up on a panel line, either clamp it or hold it in place. Boom. 75 cents, people. 75 cents. Okay, let's talk about the top 3 dollar store tools and one to absolutely avoid. My top 3 out of this batch would be the emery boards. This did a fantastic job of cleaning off the extra sprue parts on these pieces. I would have to include the makeup sponges. For the price, they did the job. They did an excellent job of putting dirt streaks down the wings of that. Excellent job. So I put that in there. And the third one would have to be, for the cost, the rubber bands. But everybody knows rubber bands always work in lieu of a clamp for like fuselages and everything else. But if I had to pick one that nobody would think of, it'd be the tweezers out of the manicure set. Look at the size of these. Would you believe that these would work? I mean, I would put these or the ruler, the straight edge. The one I would definitely avoid right here. These don't do it for me. I mean, they laid down the paint okay when, you know, the paint was, you know, darker in color and more opaque. When it was a fluorescent color, that's garbage. Same thing there and there. And for dry brushing, they suck. So later on, dudes. So I'm going to shut down the camera from now, and I'm going to turn around, give you my final thoughts, and close out the video. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and let me give you my final thoughts who these dollar store tools are really for. Number one, they're for new builders, say the ones on your first or second kit. I'd use those brushes in the Airfix starter sets before I use those. You'll find others there at the dollar store, and I'm gonna go and get me some and do a comparison video of those and show you exactly how bad these are. But new builders can benefit from these. If you're just starting and you need some quick tool ideas, yeah, there you go. Fixed income modelers will benefit from these, I believe. People on fixed income, they have very little money, and they can't afford, I could tell you, they cannot afford the high-priced tools and the regular tools. Some of these might work for them. They're good for backup tools. You know, in an emergency, in a pinch, a lot of these will work, and they will do the job. And travel and workshop kits. Hey, if you're on the road and you bought your model but you forgot a couple of tools, hey, go to the dollar store in that town and pick you up some of these cheap stuff. When you're done using them, your wife or your daughter can use a lot of them. So, brings me to the question, what dollar store tools have you tried, if any? Put your answers in the comment section. Always love to hear from you. And if you have any ideas of anything I should test in a future video, let me know in the comment section. Remember, if you liked what you've seen in this or any other video on the channel, remember to like and subscribe. Both buttons help the channel immensely and more than you'll ever know. So make sure to press like and subscribe. Remember to check out the live streams every Thursday at 3:30. It's on for an hour and a half. Remember, the Frugal Scale Modeler is our group that is associated with the channel. It's on Facebook. I always leave a link to it. Press that link, it'll take you to the home page of the group on Facebook. Answer 3 questions related to modeling and agree to the group rules, and you're in. Just that easy. Also, remember the gallery discount. If you're ever on the gallery website, enter MW Mike, all capital letters, all one word, at checkout, and you'll receive 10% off your order. I also have a discount code with their storefront on Amazon. The discount code there is SH48Mike. Again, all capital letters, all one word. You'll receive 5% discount there. Next video, it's either going to be, I'm thinking it's going to be DIY paint shakers, but I could change my mind. I've got a couple other outlines that I've done, so I'm well ahead actually on outlines for videos. So it could be something else. I'll let you know Thursday on the live stream what it'll be. So let's see. Yeah, that's all I got for this one. So you know what we always say around here. Never stop pushing your modeling boundaries. Till next time, bye-bye.